possibility, if restaurants have the tools, how they can make money and how they can make money with marketing and have fun with it and know that it can be very trackable and it can be very affordable. And actually using this marketing that we're going to talk about with what you do has something to build their business in essence. Welcome back, everybody. Another episode of Connect and Protect. It's been a while, but I'm really excited about my guest today. His name is Dustin, last name Trout. Are you named after a fish?
I like the fish. At least it wasn't, are you related to Mike Trout? Because I've gotten that a lot.
How many, well, like when you were a kid, did people make fun of you for having a fish last name?
Yeah, because my family, we traveled in schools and everything, and people made fun of that, but...
It's all about the marketing. Hopefully you use that as a marketing play. So Dustin, today we're gonna talk about the connect aspect of what I do for hospitality and for restaurants. The last few episodes that we've had have all been pretty much protecting. It's been lawyers and all sorts of liquor like consultants and stuff like that. So today I want to have a little bit of fun and I want to talk about the possibility, if restaurants have the tools, how they can make money and how they can make money with marketing. And so before we get into that, how about a little bit of the history of EIC, your company, your agency, and just where you're at now and what you're doing?
Absolutely. So EIC agency started about 5 years ago. It was a side hustle while I was working full-time at Mary Lou Fulton's Teachers College and basically helping build out the digital program. Was in the middle of getting married. 2 days after getting married, gave my 2 weeks notice, and then was full-time ever since 2018. Since then, it's been a lot of figuring out, and I feel like up until literally the last 2 or 3 months, it's been a lot of what are we doing, and it's been a lot of we do everything for everyone, and I thought that route was great, but it's very hard to build process, build systems, build the things needed to run a healthy company profitably and allow it to grow, so gotten really laser focused on who we are and what we do, and really we have two different lines of our business. One is the kind of bigger agency model where we work with e-commerce stores, specifically Shopify Plus, and help them grow profitably through digital ads. So running Facebook ads, YouTube ads, connected TV, billboards, streaming audio, anything that we can put money behind and amplify a message and getting in front of an audience. We run it and bring the data to show, hey, we're making you money and let's keep growing this.
Yeah.
The other one is kind of growing pretty quickly and has been kind of a pet project for a couple of years, and it's how do we service small business with kind of an enterprise level strategy, technology, and everything without breaking the bank. And it's been very tough, but we've kind of built out a product that's designed to drive foot traffic. And so just allowing small businesses, brick and mortar businesses to reach customers right in their backyard, a couple miles down the road, and bring them into the store. And so
we're gonna dig into that a lot here today. I guess before we do, when you're talking about kind of the changes and the things that you've had to do just as of recent. When we say as of recent, I mean, people, if you think about 2020, that was literally going on 4 years now. Can you believe it?
It's like insane.
Yeah. And you talk about how you guys are helping with Shopify stores and doing some stuff for e-commerce people. Have you noticed in the last few years, and especially during that time when everybody was strapped at home, that there was like an uptick in people wanting to sell stuff online and do all that?
Oh yeah, I think one, everyone's home, so you can't go to a brick and mortar store. You can't experience it. Even if you can, the social distancing, it's not fun to experience. And so everyone's stuck at home. You got the internet. You're probably not working your 8 hours a day. Most people weren't. And then, you had money that was being printed and hitting everyone's check. So everyone was buying, and that creates opportunities for a lot of people to, build stores and kind of do their thing. But e-commerce certainly grew tremendously, through the pandemic. And I think we're going to be going through an interesting phase as we move forward to where a lot of people are like, it needs to be e-commerce or brick and mortar. And I think there's going to be a awesome relationship between the two to where it's almost like you bring the first time purchase into brick and mortar, experience the awesomeness of the brand, and then extend the sales digitally. And it's figuring out how to bring the two together. That's going to be amazing, but it's kind of cool.
Okay, so what is your passion for marketing, and kind of what's your nerdism in the background? What do you love to do when you kind of see numbers and things and results?
When I see the data, it's literally a path to being able to change lives. Been very quiet the first couple of years, but trying to be more vocal about it. I do truly believe that business in and of itself can change communities, can change lives, can change family trees. And so we're big into the data and analytics and trying to uncover what is driving sales profitably. What channel, what ad, what creative, what messaging, what landing page, what are all the things that are actually driving profitable sales?
Yeah.
And being able to extract that, bring that to a business, and then give a plan of how we're going to expand that over the next quarter, the next year. Getting buy-in, watching it happen and seeing the revenue happen, the growth happen. They bring on new employees. We get to meet them and hear the happiness, and the consumers that get connected to these businesses are finding solutions to problems that they had that maybe they had never found. And so I don't know, the why behind it is the data can literally bring conversations, discussions, and decisions that impact so many different lives and really change communities and change the world, the woo-woo piece. But I do truly believe that their business can be very powerful.
So we're talking about, at the end of the day, we're talking about attention. And attention back in the old school days was the newspaper being thrown, at your curbside. And you'd go in and there's the attention. Every morning you knew that, if you got the New York Times or the Wall Street Journal, my grandfather and maybe even my dad up to a certain point would grab that, and that's where their attention was. And then at 5 o'clock at night, it was the news. That's where the attention was. And so then during the news, you'd have commercials and people would spend a ton of money on commercials. Now in this age of everything is everything, and there's so many different generations. People are living longer. You've got 3, sometimes 4 generations. It's there's attention all over the place. So you still have aspects of cable TV with commercials being run there. You still have, aspects of some, print publication, but not a lot. I think sometimes I know I'm a person that likes to hold a book and look through it and read through it, or a magazine, and sometimes you'll see ads on, that sort of stuff. And now you've got the whole world of the internet. You've got Google searches to, people buying everything on Amazon, and then you also have obviously the social media aspects of stuff, the YouTube. So how does one take all of this attention and condense it down into something that funnels to benefit the client looking to gain access?
And everything you just mentioned is one big elephant, and I think that's what scares a lot of businesses. And it's basically taking it one bite at a time. At the end of the day, consumers are consuming where they want to consume, and kind of how we articulate what we do is we put your message in front of the right person where they are consuming. And so rather than being, I don't like TikTok, I'm not going to put my brand there, or I'm in love with this certain channel. At the end of the day, it's where do we think, and you can use Google Analytics. There's a lot of data that you can use to get a better assumption of where your consumers are consuming. Start there and start amplifying your message there. Get your hands dirty, get something, start getting data coming in, and as you start seeing results, how can we expand channels? A lot of people like to try and reach brand new people and millions of people, and forget that, hey, if someone hits your website, 98% of people don't buy. They don't fill out a form. Run messaging to those people after the fact where they're consuming. It's so easy just to set up a pixel and hit go, and it's almost like you're everywhere, and you don't need tons of time and energy to be updating everything, but at least you're getting the data to see what's working, what's not. And basically just follow the data. If you're seeing all your audience on TikTok, or if it is, the newspaper, have a QR code, figure out a way that you can track it. And as soon as you start seeing outliers of hey, we got over engagement, over sales, start putting focus there. So
riches are in the niches, as I've always said, owning bar and restaurant insurance. And here you are, creating a niche. And the thing is prime to your example, there's a company called Legends. I'm not getting paid for this. Legends is a clothing company. I had no idea about them until my trainer, one of my trainers, was wearing these shorts. I'm like, these are cool, dude. And he's like, yeah, just go here on this log, And I went in and I tried these shorts on, and now I religiously buy them, and I get the emails from them, and whenever there's a sale, so they found that person that they already know is their client, and it's I've bought enough now to where whatever that promotion was or this and that, they're making their money left and right, but now they have a lifelong client. And when we talk about the best of both worlds, and with your new product here that you're launching, and we talk about the best of both worlds, people being online and then people being able to walk into a physical location and feel that community. So what is the name of your new product, because it's so clever?
It's called Click and Mortar, and basically we take clicks to your brick and mortar business.
Brilliant.
It's that simple. At the end of the day, it's we reach people in your backyard and drive people in with some exciting deals and allow them to get to know you. And that's usually all that the issue is most businesses have great products. They look really good, but they're walking around in the dark. No one can see them. And that's all this product does is it shines a light on you, which most people want to experience new things, and creates a path to bring them right in the door that can track.
Yeah. And so Click and Mortar, who came up with that name?
So Mike and I, my sales guy, I don't know. I think it was just a conversation. We're in Google Hangout or whatever, and I think it just came up that like, hey, we need to take these clicks to these brick and mortar, and it was just kind of a play on words, and I think there was some AI involved, but I think it was just kind of sounded clever, and how do we kind of keep going down this path, and then it came up, and it's like that's it. It has to be it. So as much as we want to tell the world, we're also working on how do we sew that up and make sure that we own it and it doesn't get yanked from us and stuff like that. But
it's good. It's good. Okay, so Click and Mortar. Now, for people listening that want to obviously tap into something new in marketing and all that, how does it work? Like, what are the key elements that people need to be aware of?
Yeah. So how it works, basically, we test different offers. There's so many that you can choose from. There's buy one, get one free, 50% off there. And what we try and do is test different offers that aren't just discounting, but how can they increase average order values and all that. So having an offer, we basically do the rest. You come with the offer, we'll take the offer, we'll run that offer within a couple miles on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, connected TV, so be on Hulu, be on YouTube TV and stuff like that. And we highlight the offer. And once we get you into the database, basically, we're going to email and text and keep nudging and reminding until we get people to come in. And then it's all tracked. People will show it. There's QR codes. So it's all tracked. We send thank yous as a nice little experience of thanks for coming in. But at the end of the day, we just run those offers to the people right around their location.
So Dustin, how does this process work?
Great question. So let's take Joe Schmo, and Meatball Mania sandwiches. And basically, Meatball Mania wants to come out with a buy one, get one free meatball sub for lunch. We're going to take that deal. We're going to go out to Joe and geofence, figure out where he's at, and make sure that, one, he goes out to eat for lunch, likes meatballs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Show them the deal and basically ask for phone number, email, and their name. And as soon as they opt in, we're just going to keep reminding them that they have a buy one, get one free. As soon as they come in, they're going to show their phone, scan it, takes 2 seconds, and then we're able to track exactly when they came in, the deal amount, and all of that. So it's pretty seamless, pretty easy, technology driven, and we do it all.
And I think a really important point that a lot of times we take for granted is that when Joe or Sue or Betty or whatever come in with a coupon, more times than not, they're not just coming in to just get the free sub. They're going to come in and they're going to spend an extra price point on a drink. They might bring half their family in.
Yeah.
And then if they really like it, they're coming back, maybe even without a coupon. It's like, God, I just found this new place.
Yep.
They got a great sub. I don't care if I have a coupon or not.
And that's exactly what this product does, is after that first scan, we basically get them to try and come back. That's less deal focused, so that we're looking at margin. But to your point, it's once they enjoy it, train your staff to upsell and sell the sodas and stuff like that. But once they enjoy what you've offered, we'll continue to remind them and bring them back.
And one other point I want to make, because I want this to be really clear, when you say pretty easy to scan or whatever, pretty much every POS system has the ability to just kind of scan the code.
Yeah, any POS, basically any device that has a camera that can read QR codes.
Yeah.
So anything from 2012 or...
And they just have it programmed in their system, and they know that that's the coupon that was issued.
Yep.
Yeah. Perfect. And so that fence, that geofence for tech terms, because I'm so smart here, that geofence is something that when you say people will see this ad or whatever, it's literally Joe, Jill, Jack, Benny, whatever, just kind of being in that area, and they're in their Instagram or their YouTube, and that's when that stuff pops up. It goes into the specific app that they're using.
Yep, and that's actually how we can tell where people are at, because all these phones make everyone's lives easier and say, share your data in real time. So we can show you the latest Groupon deal as you're hitting Tempe. As soon as you hit share, you're allowing them to share all that data or sell that data. So as you're going, your location is being picked up in real time, basically. And so, yeah, we pick up on that and know exactly who we are getting in front of.
Very cool. That's incredible. And then after that, it comes down to customer nurturing. So tell me a little bit about the nurturing that you do after you've gotten them in the door once.
Love this. And I've been waiting to dive into this since you brought up buying those shorts and you're getting emails.
Yeah.
Lifetime value and nurturing customers. Like, this is something that saying a lot of education is needed. Lifetime value is undervalued and doesn't get looked at. Most businesses that have repeat transactions, you're gonna lose money acquiring a customer. It's that second, third, fourth transactions where the profits come. Knowing when someone bought, what they bought, will then allow you to continue that messaging. Hey, thanks for coming in for that meatball sandwich a week ago. Now come in for a free dessert or a free cookie or something like that. Knowing what someone bought, kind of speaking to that, and timing it will allow for more of those repeat transactions to come back. And that's what we really focus on is, with this program, we try and get at least 3 visits. So after redemption, we come back with a second visit and then a third. And basically where we got that is John Taffer. What is the?
Bar nightmares or something like that.
He did something to where he went over the analytics or the data, but like once someone comes in for the third time, Bar rescue.
Yeah.
They're 85% more likely to come in again. Before that, they're only 8% likely to come in. So once you get someone there the third time, the chances of them being a lifelong customer is tremendously higher. So we're working extremely hard not to get them people in the door once, but how do we get them a third time so we can really impact that lifetime value? And that's what's going to impact the bottom line for these brick and mortar businesses.
And you really feel that, and first of all, what you're doing, in the famous words of Tony Robbins, this is for traction. In the famous words of Tony Robbins, you're literally creating raving fans.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, because with this methodology, we wait until a couple transactions and we're literally, we love a 5-star review. And so we are creating the buzz, the reviews. And once we get them, we're working on ways to nurture and share that to get more people in the door. And so this product will keep getting built out and create more stickiness with customers the more we dive into it.
So let's talk. I know this is a relatively new concept, but EIC's been around for a while. So you do have some tenure in the business and working with people, and you have some great clients already, and you have some clients that are utilizing this. So why don't we talk about a few of the case studies and some of the numbers that you've already come up with so far in the infancy of this program?
Yeah, so one that I'm always proud of, and one of our first clients, State 48, they kind of allow us to kind of guinea pig stuff, and this was one that, hey, how can we drive more foot traffic? Or the problem came up, how can we drive more foot traffic to our new Gilbert location? And let's have some absurd deal, 48% off, State 48.
I love it.
And so that was the goal. How do we get the deal in front of people or right around them, get them coming in?
And they're a clothing company for people that don't know.
Yeah, not the restaurant, the clothing company. And so as time went on and we made some tweaks, I mean, we're starting to see that we're getting brand new customers in the door, even after factoring in ad costs, cost of goods, and 48% discount. They're at a 2.3x ROI. Before the discount, they're at like 4 or 5x, but it's like even crazy discounts, even with the ad spend, we're getting people in the door profitably, which again, in most cases, you don't acquire people profitably. So that's what started it, and is like, well, there's something here. How can we do more? And so kind of took off from there. Urbana Shop was kind of another one right after that, and they have a couple locations, one in Gilbert, Scottsdale Quarter, and Arcadia. But they had an offer, and we started running it, and we're at kind of, depending on the location, anywhere between 16 and 40% redemption rates.
Wow.
We're waiting on the numbers and all of that, getting that dialed in, but on paper, they're anywhere between a 2 and a 3x ROI, depending on what location.
Yeah.
So we are seeing, and then we have a luxury condo or luxury apartment over in Reno. They were spending $600-700 to get an appointment or a tour. We're getting tours at about $15-20 with this, and so it's all trackable. they've tried for 3 years with Facebook ads, Instagram ads, and never seen success. Within 3 weeks, we're getting people in the door that is trackable. So again, it's very early, but it's like within a week, people are seeing results, seeing redemptions, and seeing ROI in month one, which is exciting and allows us to kind of grow it. And honestly, my goal is to get the one location to 10, 15, 20, or go from one city to multiple cities, states, and really grow the hell out of businesses.
Yeah, and I mean, for purposes of what we're talking about here, you can do anybody out of state at this point. Yeah, you can go anywhere and do anything. So you're just, basically, we're building this out, you're building your clientele. And I know it's when we talk mortar, we're talking to anybody that, you can walk into four walls, but I would assume that the restaurant industry as a whole would probably benefit like the most, if not pretty darn close to the most of anybody.
Yeah, I would say so, because everyone needs to eat every day, and everyone's looking for a new spot to eat. And so, and if we're only reaching people within a 2-3 mile radius, it's like, oh, it's down the road, take me 3 minutes to drive there. And so, tons of traction there. One that I'm trying to create or get more into is kind of mobile locations. And so, saw a barber shop one time that was cruising around trying to get State 48 to do it, but basically almost like the food truck concept, but rather than build brick and mortar and be tied to leases and all of that, why not get a truck where you can sell product or services? Then you can go to different parts of the town as you start seeing, hey, we're going to want to sell here. That's where you plug brick and mortar, and almost like how can we drive foot traffic to things that are moving around and people that are on the go as well.
Sounds like a nightmare.
It's fun.
But it sounds fun too. Yeah, that's crazy. Well, this is exciting. So tell people that are listening just kind of what you can tell now, just about the cost and what it would take to get started and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, so the cost per month is $9.99 a location, and that includes ad spend. We do have a one-time $500 setup fee, but after that, it's $999 a month. It basically includes $500 in ad spend. So we're seeing typically anywhere between 250 and 500 new leads come in, which, 15 to 25% redemption rate, getting consistent foot traffic on a daily basis. So no added cost, no ad spend. It's just one cost, and we do everything.
And then the information that you collect, are they able to access that and be able to do newsletters or?
Oh yeah, and that's the thing that we haven't even dug into with people that are on it is the platform that this is on. I mean, you can do email newsletters, you can schedule social media posts. If you do catering or whatever, there's like a Calendly type of feature, so you can do scheduling for things, for rooms. There's so many more features in here that you can use that we're not even advertising yet, or just advertising yet. And so
it's interesting because people would spend thousands upon thousands of dollars on print and radio and all that stuff was it was the means to do it. There was nothing else really going on, but it was so hard to track, when you would go do an advertisement on, KUPD or whatever for, just trucks. I think I remember that one. And, somebody come in and buy a truck and, maybe half the time they'd say, yeah, I heard it on K or maybe not, and the only thing that they could go by and give back to you was, well, this ran during this portion of traffic, visibly, because we know because of the, that sort of thing. And it was all like pie in the sky numbers. And what you are offering here for a very affordable rate is almost guaranteed. I'm not going to guarantee it, but 2 to 3 times ROI is really good. And in some cases it could be better, and trackable information.
Yeah. We're only 2 months in, and so this is all brand new, and so it's only going to get better and better. The trackability is where it's at. The goal is, and I don't know the time frame, I would love to do it by end of year, but we get to a model to where it's just you pay per person that comes in, and that's it. That way there's no upfront cost, there's nothing. It's you sign up, and then as soon as we get scans, you're only paying for that. It's kind of the goal. That way you're only paying for what you get.
That's great.
So.
Okay. Well, just to recap, so They can do it anywhere in the United States. It's for any sort of, retail, brick mortar business, especially good for restaurants. Obviously, that's my client base. I am going to leave a link in, the bottom here and also on the different social media profiles that we have to be able to get direct access to Dustin. He will answer his phone and answer his emails. He likes to get up early. You have
emails. I do better at answering emails.
You have a daughter. You get up early. You do all that sort of stuff. But is there anything else that you'd want people to know about? Just finding you guys and how to work with you.
Yeah, you can find us on Instagram. Every impression counts. Can reach out to me, Dustin@eic.agency. But I would love for you guys to follow us and kind of come along for the journey.
Cool. That sounds good, man. Well, I appreciate you coming down and sitting in my parking lot for 2 hours before we started this. The man works in his car too, so
I've done a lot of parking lot meetings before meetings.
You got good Wi-Fi. So no, this is awesome. This is exciting stuff. Excited to follow up with you, next year and see how it's all going.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
All right, folks. Until next time, this has been Connect and Protect. This is a connect portion. I think we're going to have a real estate agent on talking about commercial real estate for hospitality. And I got a couple other things in the hamper before the end of the year. So until then, enjoy. Please subscribe. Please like. Please click on Justin's link and have a great day.